He's not clinging for the spotlight once it's all said and done. He didn't even want the spotlight here. I just convinced him.
What up, everyone? SHAK here for CBS Sports, and you know who this is. He is one half of the reigning, defending AEW World Tag Team Champions, defending those titles against the Young Bucks at AEW Revolution on March 3rd, along with his tag team partner in his big retirement match. We're talking about Sting, of course. Darby Allin, how's it going, bro?
It's been going really great, but the last few weeks, going into this retirement match has been it's been a wild ride in the ring and outside the ring. So we're close to the finish line. We just gotta finish strong here.
Is this the same face paint from yesterday, or do you put this on even on your off days if you've got media obligations?
No, I painted my face this morning.
Okay. Appreciate you taking that
Well,
extra
there
step
is
for us,
times
man.
I'll go through the airport with the face paint if I'm in a real hurry, but not today.
Well, I'm sure TSA loves seeing that, but shout out to them. Now, let's start here. You know, Sting, even this late in his career, is winning world titles. How does it feel for you to forever have your name in the record books as part of Sting's final title reign?
See, like I think it's very, very special to me, considering to me the most important part of a career is the finale. If you crap the bed on the finale, people will always be like, "Oh, he had such an amazing career, but he should have hung it up 5 years ago." And I like when Sting first started, I told him like, "Hey, man," because he started as like an ambassador for the company. He was never supposed to actually wrestle, and I told him I was like, "Hey, man, you should get back in the ring and actually wrestle and finish your career on your own terms." And of course, he was reluctant at first because he's like, man, like I don't want to go out there and be embarrassed, and then people be like, you tarnished your career, you became a parody of yourself. So for him to trust me with that, and then fast forward, we're tag champions, dude. There's no better feeling. There is no better feeling. I love the guy inside the ring, outside the ring. He's an amazing, phenomenal person, and I couldn't have had a better partner. I, yeah.
Do you know, like, how did he respond to you when you made that suggestion? And if it wasn't sort of an immediate turn towards yes, let's compete, do you know when he sort of started really taking the idea of a return seriously?
I think it was, I told him, and I said I wouldn't lie to you. I'm not lying to you. Like, cause we were rolling around in the ring training. He had a ring down at his place in Texas, and I was like, dude, I wouldn't do this to you. I wouldn't embarrass you. It's not for my gain. I don't. So the fact that he's pretty, it didn't take too long, to be honest.
I love that.
It wasn't like, let me get back to you next week. It probably took like an hour or something around that. And then
Nice. Good job, Darby.
he's just like, all right, let's do it. And then Double or Nothing wrestled Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky and got to the back. And he looked at me and he said, Darby, can I have a word with you? And he says, thank you so much for convincing me to do this, because what I felt out there, I've missed. And the fact that I got to do it on my own terms, considering he had that neck injury from 2015 where a doctor said he would never wrestle again. And the fact that he came back and was performing almost better than ever. We're talking about a man that has jumped off of 15-foot balconies. He's got nothing left to prove. Like, it's cool. He could have just came in and played the greatest hits, rode off into the sunset. But no, man, he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's setting an example to everybody watching and everybody in the back that step your game up. Let's make AEW this place that it deserves to be.
What do you think it is that like draws you and Sting together so much? Like, why has he taken such a liking to you and vice versa?
So everybody always asks me, what's the most thing you've learned from Sting? And I always say it's what I've learned from him outside of the ring. Besides his crazy work ethic of being 64 years old, showing me that there's no age limit on being psychotic, I would say it's how he lives his life outside of the ring. He's very humble. We're talking about a man that's done everything there is to do in this business, this industry. and you talk to him, and he's the nicest, most humble, relaxed guy ever. And I've met a lot of people that have done far less than him that have the biggest ego. They're arrogant. They're so full of themselves. And he just taught me that there's more to life than the fame, the spotlight. It's just about being a normal person at the end of the day. And I look up to that more than anything. I want to remain as grounded as possible, and to learn from him is amazing because when it's all said and done, he's just going to ride off into the sunset and be with his wife and his kids and just live that personal life. He's not clinging for the spotlight once it's all said and done. He didn't even want the spotlight here. I just convinced him to come back.
Well, thank you for doing so, Darby. I mean, it's been a fun ride for us as the consumers. What's your first memory of like your first interaction with Sting? But I'm not talking about like a oh hi nice to meet you. Like the first time you guys actually started sort of setting the roots of this friendship.
Um, so it was during the pandemic. He came into AEW, and then Tony's like, you should really talk to Sting. And then so I went into Sting's locker room completely like kind of, oh, this is awkward. Because you never know how a legend is going to perceive the newer generation. And then right when I opened the door in his room, he's like, "Hello, Darby. I've been watching your stuff. I'm very impressed." And then it was just like straight off the bat, like it was like, "Yo, what's up, man?" And then like going crazy and like talking about ideas and stuff, and just he's like, "I really love your direction with your promos, your artistic, approach to everything." And then it just that's what it just kind of stemmed from that. So it was awesome. But I really think it's awesome. Like you got to give Sting credit because he came to this company when there was no fans in the audience with the pandemic. And the fact that he took a chance on a company when there's no fans during the pandemic, and then to be rewarded with AEW by setting the all-time attendance record at Wembley for a wrestling event,
Yeah, that
that's
crazy.
awesome to be a part of. So it's like I really felt like he's like from nobody to the biggest crowd. It's like it's awesome to see. He deserves every bit of that.
How much advice is Sting taking from you when it comes to executing these crazy dives as he approaches age 65?
It was never my idea. I never talked to him about it. He just saw that I was willing to do anything for AEW. Like so I think he's just like, all right, I want to step up my game, and and that's like that was to him jumping off a 15-foot balcony was pushing the boundaries of what people were expecting from Sting's return, and no one was expecting that. So
Yeah.
what does Sting always say? The one thing about Sting that's for certain is nothing's for certain. So yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
Are there what are the nerves like for you heading into Revolution, like relative to other pay-per-views, other weekly performances, knowing how much this night means to Sting and fans?
To a degree, it's nerve wracking because you only get one shot at a retirement match type deal. So, but there is a sense of like a calm before the storm. Right now,
Mm.
everything's like, and I'm at peace with whatever happens in the ring that night. And I will stop at nothing. I mean, nothing. I don't care what kind of physicality I have to put my body through. I'm going to make sure that man's career ends with the respect it deserves. So there's this sense of like, is someone going to end up in the hospital? Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to be kind of interesting March 3rd.
Yeah, well, I don't remember when the last time we spoke was, but I know at the time you were pretty firm on the fact that I want to be Sting's tag team partner in his retirement match, and I'm very glad it's come to fruition. How much of this match, like the Young Bucks, you being involved, like how much of this has been sort of Sting's desires by Sting's design?
Everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
With the,
like
with,
that.
with the Bucks, everything. Um, And it's really awesome if you really, really, really think about it, that the fact that this company is letting this man go out on his own terms and his way with his vision, because there's a lot of places that will straight up be like, all right, you're retiring, but we're going to make sure that you wrestle this guy. And it could be a guy you have no interest in wrestling in. And then the fact that you have to tuck your tail between your legs and be a nice little good boy and get a paycheck and wrestle somebody that you have no desire to wrestle. We're talking about your career, your life's work.
Mm-hmm.
It's baffling to me that people are such little bitches. But yeah, anyways, Sting, he's doing it his way. He's doing it his way, and it's amazing. And it's awesome that AEW is giving him that.
What do you sort of think the future looks like for Sting after this? Is it going home to the family? Is it still kind of being an ambassador, being aligned with you? Like, is this the last we're going to see of Sting?
I don't think it's the last we're going to see of Sting. It's going to be the last we see of Sting in the ring, that's for sure. But it's not going to be the last we see of Sting if I could have it my way. But he definitely wants to ride off into the sunset and live life beyond wrestling. Have the time with his family, have the time with his wife, his kids. And like I said before, like, he's the most grounded guy that I've ever met. And now, hey, go be at peace.
I love to hear that. I don't know if there's many people in the industry more deserving of that opportunity than Sting, and I'm glad we're nearing that finish line. Last thing on Sting before we just wrap up on some stuff outside of Revolution. It's the one question I've been asking everyone who I've sort of interviewed for this profile. For those, I mean, look at this through any lens that you like, but I would like for you to summarize what Sting's career means if you were to kind of author the book.
What it means?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, to me, it means betting on yourself, going out on your own sword, and the fact that he had nothing to prove when he got that neck injury, but coming back and showing the world the importance of ending things on your terms, and then setting an example of just being an amazing person outside the ring. The man has done everything there is to do in wrestling, and he's just the most humble, nicest guy. So I feel like his career to me means that you can almost leave the same person you came in. You don't have to become conceited and have a big head. You can remain humble and grounded and not lose yourself in this whole crazy ride. So he's leaving with himself intact. So
damn, you might have just given me a headline for the story here. Thank you, Darby. That was a good one, bro.
yeah, but it's just it's very important. I look up to the man more than he would ever know. So
As we wrap up here, just for fun, can you name me your Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling daredevils? Like just the craziest people in the industry.
Jeff Hardy, Sting, Mick Foley, there, Dynamite Kid, Great Sasuke. I
I'll
just
take five. I'll take
yeah,
five.
yeah. That would be that's what comes to mind off top.
Okay, I'm sure you've been asked variations of this question a billion times, but I would like for you, you can decide whether you like painful bumps or scariest bumps, but I'd just like you to like rank the 3 to 5 worst bumps you've ever taken.
Inside the ring?
Whatever you want. As long as there's video footage of it, I'm fine with it. As long as fans can like refer to
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So I'd say falling off this big old sculpture. There's a video of it on YouTube. There's a big old sculpture in skateboarding. I flew off the side of it, and that's when I was in 2011. When I was 18 years old, I did that, and that was pretty insane. That was I got internal bleeding from that. But in the ring, I would say when I did the front flip off the ladder with Jeff Hardy, that didn't hurt. I didn't feel a single thing from that. But when I was up there looking down, I said to myself, I'm for sure going to the hospital tonight. And I jumped off, but I didn't. When I landed, I was like, man, I didn't feel a single thing. That was so insane. It was so insane. And then I'd say the third scariest is when I took a car and I jumped over my house because
Yes.
there was a good chance, like leading into that, Travis Pastrana told me like there's a good chance you're going to break your back from this. And then to have to get on the phone and tell Tony Khan that, and then him like, what? Why are we doing this? And I was like, but it was fun.
Were, were you more concerned about your health in that instance or the potential damage you could do to your house?
Uh, my health.
Okay, I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
I was like, I'm like, my house is like a free reign. Like if something like flies through the window, like I don't really care.
So be
So
it.
I tore up the yard like crazy for that. So it was
Well,
cool.
Darby, I'm wishing you good health, but maybe we can add something exciting to the highlight reel on March 3rd when you defend your AEW tag team titles in Sting's retirement match against the Young Bucks. I want to leave you with the last word. So very quickly for me, guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. Please subscribe, tap the bell, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Let us know what's your all-time favorite Sting moment and your all-time favorite Darby Allin moment. Full feature with Darby and a bunch of other people integral to Sting's career in the bio of this video. Darby, if there's anything you want to tell the people, the floor is yours, man.
It's showtime.